Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sanjeev Garg. So today we are deep diving into one of the most important design pattern in software development, that is Singleton Design Pattern. This is commonly used design pattern in software development. So imagine you want to manage the resources in your application like database connections, logging, configurations manager. You want to make sure that there is only one instance of these resources, no matter how many times it's being accessed or requested throughout the application. So singleton design patterns come into play. So basically singleton design pattern ensure that a class has only one instance and we provides a global point of access to it. So we can take a real life example like CEO of the company. There is only one person and everyone in the company will refer to the same person. Similarly we can take example like teacher. So let's say in a class we have the 10 students, 100 students or 1000 students, and every student will refer to the same teacher when needed. So when we should use singleton design pattern basically, so first one is when we need exactly one instance of a class throughout the application. Second one is when we want controlled access to our resources like logging, database connections and other configurations. As in our real life example above, there is only one teacher who can teach to 100 students, so there is no need to create multiple objects of the teacher, means multiple teachers. Okay, so similarly third point is when we need a global point of the access to an instance, then we should use the single point of the singleton design pattern basically. Okay, so this is the basic what exactly the singleton design pattern is. Okay, so let's start with the coding. Okay, so first one is the eager loading. In eager loading, singleton instance is created as soon as class is loaded even if it is not used. So let's see this with the help of an example. Okay, so we have taken a class eager singleton and making private okay, private static final. Okay, eager instance is equal to new eager singleton. Okay, so we have made this static in the final because we do not want, once the reference of this instance is initialized, it cannot be changed. Okay, another one is this one static. Okay, static will make sure that the scope of this variable is to the class only, not with a specific object. And static variable also shared among all the objects, so it will make sure that there will be only one copy of this instance. And static variables we can call directly with the class name also. Okay, another one is a, let's say private eager singleton. Okay, this is the private constructor. Private constructor, it will make sure that no other object can be created outside of this singleton pattern basically. And let's say how we can get this instance, we'll make a method public. Okay, public static eager singleton. Okay, so it will return, okay, it will return, okay, so it will return instance. Okay, so get instance is the method, it will return instance. Okay, so similarly this is also the static, so that we can call this method outside of the class. So we have taken is the public and static so that we can call it with the help of class name. Okay, so now let's say make a class. Okay, eager singleton main class. Okay, public static void main. String args. Okay, so let's make object 1 equal to new. Okay, singleton dot get instance. Okay, dot object 2 is equal to dot get instance. Object 2. Okay, So these are the two object. Let's say if object 1 is double equal to object 2 system.out.println, both the objects are equal, are same, both the objects are same. Even if you hover on this line number 26, you can see this condition is always true because both the objects are same only. Let's we can also run this one. Okay, so you can see here both the objects are same. So this is basically Eager Singleton. So pros, if I'll say, it is easy to implement, it is simple. If I'll talk about the cons, if you see the instance of the class is created if even if it is not used, so it creates a waste of the memory. So how can we solve this with the help of another approach, that is Lazy Singleton. In the Lazy Singleton, how can we do this? Let's say, okay, let's say make a copy of this class and put here. Okay, so instead of Eager, let's say we do Lazy Singleton. Okay, in the Lazy Singleton, this one will also be lazy. Okay, so this Lazy Singleton, similarly this one will be there, Lazy Singleton main class will be there, Lazy Singleton main class will be there. Okay, okay, so it will return Lazy Singleton instance. Okay, so if you see, we have taken the same example. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to make this instance only when it's null. Okay, so how can we do this? Just remove from here. Okay, so now as we are not initializing or declare the value of the instance here, so remove final from here as well. So if instance is null, then instance is equal to new lazy instance. Okay, so this is the second approach. In this we are checking condition if the instance is null. If the instance is null only, then we are creating the instance of this singleton. Okay, so it if I'll talk about the pros, it is also easy to implement. Okay, and if I'll talk about the cons, it looks good in the single threaded environment, but in multi-threaded environment, when more than one threads are trying to access this method get instance, so it will create a problem. It will leads to create the multiple instance when. Okay, so we can solve this problem with the help of another approach, let's say synchronized. Okay, in synchronized, so let's do in this only. So here public static lazy singleton, so in this we can use a synchronized block here. Okay, so we can also run here. Sorry, synchronized block. In this we have used the synchronized keyword with the method. Okay, this is thread safe, easy to implement as well, but here the performance is low because every thread have to wait at this line number 11. If I say every thread have to wait to get access for this method. Okay, so this is for the synchronized singleton way. Okay, so this also run both the threads, both the objects are same. Now to reduce the overhead of this synchronization, we have a better approach, that is double checked condition. In the double checked condition, what we will do, we instead of using synchronize over the method here, what we will do, we will check the synchronize only when the object is null. So we will use the synchronized. Okay, so remove from the synchronization from here, synchronized from here. Okay, so first condition is, let's say if instance is null, okay, synchronize singleton, this one. After that again we will check if instance is double equal to null. Now okay, now if you see instance is null, after that only we are making it as a synchronized. Okay, so in this every thread would not have to be wait basically at this get instance step, or to get the access for the get instance. Okay, okay, one more thing, as in the multi-threaded environment, let's say if multiple threads are running with a different cores. Okay, so let's say thread T1 is running on the core C1, and thread T2 is running on the core C2. So uh, each thread maintains its local cache, so that for the faster access basically. So it is not necessary that it will update immediately to the memory. So to solve this problem, we can use the basically volatile keyword. So volatile keyword is basically ensure that visibility of the thread across all these thread. Okay, visibility of this instance across all the thread. Let's say run this one. Okay, so it's working. So if you see, this is the double checked condition for the volatile. We'll explain in another video in detail how actually this will work. Okay, this is the double checked condition. Okay, so if I'll talk about the pros is it is thread safe. Okay, and if I'll talk about the cons, it is not as much simple to implement. It's a complex basically, if I'll say. And another one is there is need of this volatile, I mean there is a need of volatile, so it is extra overhead to keep these other variable as well. Okay, so there is another approach as well, that is build pug approach. That is the best practice used in the industry. So let's say make a class build pug singleton. Okay, in build pug singleton, build pug singleton is basically let's say this is the Eager implementation. What was the drawback of the Eager implementation? That when the class is loaded first time, okay, when the JVM loads the class first time, it creates the instance of this class. Okay, this was the problem, because there may be chance that it will never used. Okay, so to solve this problem, okay, in build pug there is only one change we need to do. If I'll say, okay, in the build pug singleton, let's make it private, first private static final. Okay, build pug singleton object instance is equal to new build pug singleton instance. Okay, now private build pug, then constructor, that the same way that we did in the Eager implementation. And after that there is one method, public static, okay, build pug get instance, okay, return instance. Okay, now let's make main class build pug singleton main Okay, public static void main string. Okay, so if you see, this is the same as the Eager implementation. The problem was that it will create the instance of the class when it's loaded. So JVM load at the first time, it will create the instance. Okay, so what we will do, we will make a private nested class here, private nested class, let's say bill pug or singleton helper, singleton helper. We just made a singleton helper class, singleton helper class, that is private also, so that it is belongs to the bill plug singleton only, bill plug singleton only. No one can use outside of this class. Okay, now just cut this line and paste in this. Okay, and now as this is a static, so with the help of the helper we can get the instance. Okay, so bill pug singleton, now we will call this bill pug singleton object 1 is equal to new bill pug singleton, sorry, okay, this will the object 1 equal to bill pug singleton dot get instance. Okay, similarly let's say for object 2, object 2 is equal to dot get instance. Okay, if object 1 is double equal to object 2, system dot out dot print. Okay, system dot out dot print both the objects are same. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, okay, this is running, working fine. So this is the best practice mostly used. Okay, in this we have made this class as a nested class. Okay, so it will load only when first time it will call. Okay, another one is used is the enum singleton as well. If I'll take the another example, let's say enum singleton. Okay, enum singleton, it will be an enum. Basically there will be one instance, okay, let's say we have another method, one method public void show message. Okay, system dot out dot print hello. Okay, so if I'll say enum singleton, this is the enum. If in an enum there is only one constant, if in enum there is only one constant, that enum is always a singleton enum. Okay, so if we want to use this class enum main public static void main string arguments. Okay, enum singleton object 1 is equal to new, sorry, object one to enum singleton dot instance dot enum singleton dot get instance sorry, this one is the enum singleton dot instance. Okay, so system now object one dot show message. Let's run this as well. So this is printing hello as well, so hello this message, so this is also working fine. So this is thread safe because enum is always a thread safe. If there is only one constant in the enum, let's say if the we have also know that, let's say there is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday in the enum. Okay, these are three constants that we have taken in this enum. Now this is not a singleton. Okay, so if there is only one instance, then it is the singleton. Okay, basically to make a class as a singleton, there must be a we need two lines. One is the private constructor and another one is the this line. If I'll say private enum singleton, okay, and another line is private static final, okay, enum singleton object is equal to new enum singleton. Okay, these both lines are basically are done by the compiler itself for the enums during the loading. Okay, so we do not have to worry about these two lines. Okay, it will done automatically. So that's the reason this is the singleton. Okay, so it is thread safe, it is easy to implement. Okay, these are the different approaches for the singleton design pattern. Okay, so that's all for the today. Thank you all. If you like the video and explanation, so please like, subscribe my channel. Thank you guys, thank you everyone.